That's exactly right. I'm going to be showing statistics tonight where 51% of people, workers in the United States, hate their jobs, 35% tolerate their jobs, 14% love their jobs. I'm part of the 14%. And so I love what I do. I live my life by design. And by the way, because I'm a chemist and I'm very data retentive, like Sheldon Cooper on Big Bang Theory, just with
My
matter,
girlfriend's oh,
then I have to turn emotions. I always have to turn emotions into metrics. So I actually have a metric that I'll be mentioning tonight, but I'll be talking more about it in the workshop on Saturday. I have a metric for happiness. I actually have a way of measuring happiness. It's very easy to measure, and then how you can set goals for happiness. And it has to do with time, investing time, wasting time, spending time. So really, I'm primarily about happiness. Now, in order to achieve financial freedom with less than 10 rentals or 10 or less rentals, and that's what I've got. I'm right now at 8 rentals, and I'm going to add one more of my self-directed Roth 401k next year. Then I have to find the absolute most efficient way of being able to make money with the least amount of time and effort. And that's why strategic planning is really important. So I'm going to be showing a graph tonight, a graphic that's going to show what happens when people don't do strategic planning. It takes them decades more than it should to achieve their financial goals and their goals for happiness. And I've achieved my goals for happiness actually, this is going to sound a bit arrogant, but hey, again, I was born in New York. It's just genetic. So I've actually achieved all my major goals in life, all of them. And I have a few minor goals of enjoying myself, but all the major goals are for family and prosperity and for self-actualization and for world travel. I'm using OPM, by the way. I've given invited lectures in 263 cities and 37 countries, and I made about $4 million over the years just on those lectures. Plus, I've done 53 two-day boot camps, another $1 million in those in the United States, Europe, and Asia. And then I still can do part-time real estate investing on the side. As a matter of fact, I did a project last year. I did a flip last year. In my self-directed Roth 401k that went right into I bought a rental, my self-directed Roth 401k that, by the way, is cash flowing more than $1,000 per month per door, and that's after vacancy repairs and administration. And in the middle of all that, I went to Israel and I gave a 2-day lecture on phase transcatalysis because that's what I enjoy, and I got paid $22,000 to talk for 2 days. But that was in the middle of the project because part of the thing of achieving financial freedom through successful part-time real estate investing is figuring out the most efficient ways of doing things from a time standpoint and also from a financial standpoint. Once I realized that taxes, for example, are a huge, that's one of the biggest costs. Sometimes taxes can be almost more than the repair budget than you have. So I just had to figure out a way of legally solving that problem. So I'm very, very strategic in what I do, and I have to be. If I achieve, which I did, financial freedom with 10 rentals or less, then I have to have really high cash flows, and that's why the name of the home study course we'll be talking about tonight is called the Smarter Investing Home Study Course, because I approach things not because I'm smarter than anybody. I'm not, but I do things strategically. I invest a few hours a month thinking strategically, as opposed to most people that put maybe a few minutes a year. Most people are just obsessed about the execution of the plan that they have. That's either a poor plan or a plan that doesn't even exist. And they're churning and grinding and going. And I'm not saying I'm not working hard. I mean, I work, on average 5 hours a week in real estate when I don't have any new projects, and 10 hours a week in real estate when I do have new projects. And then I work about 10, maybe 15 hours a week in my primary occupation when I'm not traveling. So, I have multiple businesses and multiple small businesses, and I invest a lot of time with my grandchildren. So it's very, very strategic. What I'm going to be talking about tonight is it's almost a holistic philosophy that it's overarching over all the decisions that I make, and then you have to execute. Then you have to know about how to, what's the best way of flipping? What's the best way of wholesaling? What's the best way of landlording? How do you establish acceptable standards of behavior with tenants? Where do you put money in a rehab? I'm going to show, I'll show it on the Saturday workshop, not tonight because I won't have enough time. I'm going to show that in the houses that are under $200,000 in our area, I live in South Jersey, which is the greater Philadelphia area. Everybody says kitchens and bathrooms are important. Well, kitchens are important, but I've actually done experiments. I've done control experiments with houses that I've rehabbed and sold, where I show that under $200,000, bathrooms hardly make a difference. And I did this by analyzing what it is. So I'm very efficient with my time. I'm very efficient with my money. And what I'm going to be teaching tonight and on Saturday is how to strategically design your life and your work in such a way that you can have more bang for your time and more bang for your buck with less effort. I know it sounds crazy, but it's the reality that I live in, and I'm really happy.